Are we live?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to No Drinking in the Theatre. I'm your vengeful host, Paul. Joining me this week, as always, we have...
Oh. Hey, I'm Jason.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Got confused because we didn't know what way you were pointing. We didn't.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And to Jason's right...
Did you get it right this week? Wait, you did too. You pointed the right way.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I flipped it very quickly. I went...
Nice.
I made it look like I was doing a move. But the fact that you pointed it out, I don't... It's credit that I don't earn.
Well, so, yeah, you're right.
It's like half of my projects at uni.
Last time we recorded, we had a debate about which way you were pointing, and
we did.
You were wrong, Paul.
I wasn't, though.
Watched the video.
No, the internet agrees that you were wrong.
I said it was camera right. I'm still correct.
No. More like camera wrong.
Well, that's the lovely voice of...
Hi, I'm Dean, and I don't know if we're live or not because no one's answering me.
We're not live. We're by a delayed live link.
That's right. This is a pre-recorded podcast.
Live via 24-hour delay, as we say in the biz.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, because that's live, right?
Well.
It's still live.
Now that we've gotten past that. Welcome to the show, everybody. We got an absolute jam-packed one for you. But also, we're going to try and keep it a little bit tighter. So it's really going to be jam-packed.
Yeah, we're really well.
Because we decided to start late for some reason.
Why did we start late? Why did we start
late, Paul?
Yeah.
Well, it actually ties into my next question, which will come back to me.
Okay.
But we'll start with you, Jason. It's been, 2 weeks since the last one?
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
What have I been watching? So I finished watching Squid Game and I was like, oh, what else is out there kind of thing.
Oh, epic, yep.
Like this. And I was watching like some YouTube video that was like, hey, if you like Squid Game, you should watch Alice in Borderland. And I was like, oh, sweet. And so I watched that, which I found a better Squid Game than Squid Game because the characters are really likable.
Is that the show that you were talking about, Dean, where it's like she's part of that state that becomes its own
No, that's Republic of Sarah. That is
completely different.
Slightly different to Squid Game.
Yeah. Okay.
Very different to Squid Game. So basically Alice in Borderland is the Japanese version that came out it's the version of Squid Game but actually came out like a year before.
Got it. So it's a documentary.
No. It's more sci-fi and it's more sci-fi than Squid Game because like these three characters just disappear in the middle of Tokyo City and wake up in empty Tokyo City, like nobody's around. Like it's basically everyone else disappears, not them. Okay. And then these beams of light come down from the sky, just like off people left, right, and center if they fail in the games that are set up for them. And the games are way more like elaborate than the Korean sort of child games that are in the Squid Game. So like
my favorite Korean child game was the one where they all try and kill each other during nap time.
Yeah.
I liked that one. That's a wild preschool.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is it? It sounds a bit like that Black Mirror episode where the woman wakes up and she doesn't know what's going on, and people are just trying to like come at her and attack her, and no one seems to be helping her, and just everyone's watching her on phones. And then you find out, you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, don't spoil it.
No.
But yes, I know the one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the first Black Mirror episodes I think I ever watched.
Right.
And that's why I really liked Black Mirror. I didn't start at the beginning of Black Mirror and watch that first episode.
I watched episode 1 first. I was like, why do people rave about this show? I can't see myself enjoying this for a series on end.
No, but it's a great show. So yeah, I watched that, and then I've been watching a bunch of like random movies and things like that. Like I can't remember that Night Teeth movie, the vampire movie that's basically Collateral that just came out on Netflix. It's like Collateral with vampires. So like Is it Collateral?
That's awesome.
Collateral. That's
Collateral
the
Tom Cruise
Yeah.
and Jamie Foxx.
Collateral
Yeah.
with
It's
vampires.
basically that. Like, he's like a limo driver, and he's driving around 2 vampires while they go and they take out a bunch of. It sounds much better than what it actually is.
Okay.
If they stuck more to the Collateral kind of premise with
Did
the
he have to
vampires.
invite them into the limo?
Well, it depends on where you're from. Sometimes they do. It's like, hey, come use my taxi. Yeah.
They don't really hold up with like all the vampire mythology. They kind of
That's lame.
it's only really the light kind of thing, but it's got Alfie Allen as like the main bad guy. And he doesn't like, he holds up as, John Wick's like
The Russian kid.
The
the
Russian
Russian
wimp.
kid, like the brat kid.
Yeah.
But he's not the real villain in that movie.
Yeah,
like,
no.
He's the catalyst for it.
He's the
but-
entitled arsehole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns
Holds
out
up as
to be-
that, but not
yeah.
as the head villain.
No.
And that's where I think it
Right.
falls down, kind of thing, as a movie. But
He's essentially like same as Theon Greyjoy. He's the entitled arsehole that gets put in his place
Yeah.
pretty significantly.
exactly.
Except this character has a dick.
Well, he starts
character
out with
is a
one in
Yeah,
Game of
this is true.
Thrones.
Starts out as a dick and then ends up with that one.
With that one. Which ironically, he then also stops being one.
This
So-
is true.
That's true.
What does that
True,
say?
and he gets one back.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. That's not.
Huh?
I don't think that happened.
And then he became King of England. Excalibur is not a sword, it is a wiener.
King of the decks.
King of the dicks. He pulled it out of a stone. Anyway, that sounds great, Jason.
Yeah. So yeah, Night Teeth. I don't recommend watching that. It wasn't great.
From the sounds of things, it sounds like a better version of that would be a sequel to What We Do in the Shadows, where the 2 vampires are actually Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement's characters
Yeah,
going
absolutely.
around in a taxi.
That'd be the funniest
That would
thing.
be great.
That would be
a vampire
fantastic,
buddy travel
actually.
movie. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
We need
Have you
that.
watched the series of What We Do in the Shadows?
No, but it's on binge, and I will get around to
Oh,
it.
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's great. I would like to watch it.
Have you seen it, Jace?
I haven't. No,
okay.
it's on my to watch list, but I don't have binge. So yeah.
I've heard really good things about it. Like, because
Damn.
it is by the same, like, I think Taika and Jermaine have writing credits on it.
Yeah.
And, it's different characters, but same universe. Apparently it's really good. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Has anyone watched that? What's the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost ghost hunting show?
Oh, yeah.
Is that any good?
What is that called? I can't even remember.
Paranorman?
No.
No, it's an animated one.
Para
I haven't
something.
watched it. No.
No,
I
I
haven't watched that
haven't
one.
seen it, but yeah, that seems pretty good.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
Never mind. then.
Have you watched it?
No.
Okay,
That's
cool.
what I asked.
This is just the episode of things we haven't watched.
Things we have. What
Yeah,
are we
exactly.
not watching?
What are we not watching this week?
What aren't we watching?
A lot of
right,
things. apparently.
Batwoman, that's for sure.
Oh,
I'm not watching that,
Batwoman.
but I'm sure we'll get onto that. At
Oh
some
yes,
point.
will.
But yeah.
the leaks.
That's Alice in Borderland and that other thing you just said.
Yeah, Night Teeth.
Cool.
Is pretty
Yes.
much like I have been watching. I'm trying to think of what I've been watching, and I should have written a list before this, but there's been heaps of stuff,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it's all just a blank. Like I watch. There's a Norwegian film that I just watched called The Trip, which is like a dark comedy about a husband and wife that go on a trip away for
That
the
makes
weekend,
sense. Yeah.
and they both plot to kill each other.
Oh,
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, it's like that,
Mr. and
but
Mrs.
like
Schnogenberg.
way darker, and it's got Numu Rapist.
whoa.
Nomu Rapist.
Nomad
you know,
rapist.
from,
wow.
from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Numi
and,
Rapist.
Oh,
and-
Nomu Rapist. Yeah.
and
And other movies I haven't
and
seen.
from Prometheus. You've seen
Naomi
Prometheus.
Rapace.
I have seen Prometheus.
Yeah,
It was
so
not-
so she's in it, and it's decent. Like it was pretty funny actually.
Is there a Mickelson or a Skarsgård in it?
There is not. No.
Oh, what?
Not interesting.
No.
Not
It's
interesting.
not. It's aren't they? Are they Norwegian?
They're American.
They're
not.
Skarsgård's a classic
pretty much American.
American name.
They're Norse?
They're Viking. They're definitely Viking.
Let's just say they're Scandinavian and move on.
Yeah.
Scandinavian sounds good.
Let's not play which Scandinavian country are you from and did they have Vikings? Because yes.
Let's play is it racist if they're white people?
Oh, okay.
Okay, racist.
All right, well, on that topic, Dean, what have you been watching this week?
Well, first of all, let me just do that.
Crack your Perry.
Crack my fake cider.
Perry.
Are we doing what are we drinking anymore? Or we just
apparently
I
Paul's
didn't
not
ask it on
drinking
purpose because I don't have a drink and I forgot.
Yeah.
And I kind of just didn't want to get up.
I'm
You forgot the premise of the show that you created.
Do you want me to go and... I can go and get one.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. We've had enough.
No, look, you know what? I gave you guys a hard time. Give me a sec.
Oh, good. He's gone.
I was actually genuinely... I thought this was why he was late, why we had to start late.
Yeah,
Because
I
he
honestly
was
thought that was it too.
collecting his alcohol.
Turns out no. But what have you been watching?
What
this
have I
week?
been watching? Okay, let's see. I finished Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
You did? Ah, very
I
good.
did.
Well, while
I did.
Paul's not here, shall
And we
talk
can't spoil
spoilers?
it. Yeah, we should. We should. So we will talk spoilers for Only Murders in the Building if you're listening.
No.
And obviously sequel season set up
Sequel
really well
baiting,
for this.
yep,
Like it's going to really pay off. I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty predictable who the murderer was.
I kind of figured it had to be someone we already knew, we'd already met.
So what else?
And who
What
was
else
that?
have you been watching, Dean? What else?
What
else?
At the end of the
Shut
day,
up, you've
I
had your
feel
turn,
like
Jason.
Steve Martin as a killer doesn't really flow really
He doesn't
well.
play, like, if he was over the top bad, like what he was in Little Shop of Horrors, it would work. But him
Yeah,
as a
but-
conniving, subtle bad guy just doesn't work.
It doesn't really
Oh,
work.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back, Paul?
Yeah. Like
Have
I
you seen it?
haven't
Have you
enough
watched it?
notice.
Yes.
I haven't finished
You
it.
know,
I was kind of just, I enjoyed what I watched and I was waiting for the rest of it to come out. So I
Well,
got
probably
episode
shouldn't
are you
bother
up to?
then. It's all out.
3. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
no.
been busy.
Oh, no.
So,
Well,
yeah.
See if you pick up on the subtle hints. That's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I don't think we've said enough to ruin it. For sure.
I think it's still enjoyable. Still watch it.
It's still enjoyable.
Mate, if it is actually Steve Martin, this is the last podcast we're doing.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts, people, because this is the last podcast.
There may or may not be a sequel. Who knows? To the podcast.
For those of
We'll see what happens.
of you that are listening and are very cranky right now because we've spoiled Only Murders in the Building.
Welcome to Only Murders in the
Welcome
Podcast.
to how Paul
where we
feels
only
right now.
murder podcast hosts.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to Only Murders on the podcast. There's only going to be 2 episodes because I'm going to kill these assholes.
The rest will be from a 4x4 cell.
What's about what?
The rest will be recorded from a 4x4 cell.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think prison cells are bigger now.
No, they're 6x6, right? Is it 6x6?
I think they're 6x8.
You'd know next week.
That sounds
gonna
like
catch
a
me in a
podcast
week.
title right there. 6x8.
6x8, a Paul story. What else, Dean?
Okay,
is that
let's
it?
see. No, I've been watching a few other things. Again, probably should have written them down. Lots of trailers, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Okay. So for a trivia night, I'm in a film fans group that we do trivia every couple of weeks. And this one was, we had to watch a movie that was on our watch list, but we hadn't got around to it. And the movie that was chosen for me was Cynic Dosh New York.
Oh,
Which I had to, it was on the top of my watch list. I hadn't gone around to it. Was not ready for.
It's one of those ones that I haven't got around to either.
Mate,
Neither.
Yeah.
it's full on. It's a depressing film, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Fun to watch. And then as soon as I finished watching it, we had to, oh no.
Cut out.
And you just
there
got
you go.
out. on
cut
our
out,
end,
but I'm back.
sure the recording will still have what
Yes.
you said, and I'm sure it was.
That sounds really good, man. That sounds
great.
yeah. I haven't seen that one either.
I'm lazy. That's not going to get cut out. So whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
No, yeah. So I wasn't ready for how depressing it was, and after I watched it, the trivia night got called off. So, yay!
Oh, so now you're just depressed without a
No,
trivia.
I'm just depressed for no reason.
Do you win by default?
It's
yes.
a Charlie Kaufman movie.
Charlie
right?
Kaufman.
Yeah, it is.
movie.
Charlie Kaufman.
You didn't know
It
that.
really
Paul.
makes
I
you.
didn't know that. I know Charlie Kaufman.
Do you? Yeah. What else has he done?
Philip
He
Seymour
did Top
Hoffman.
Gun.
No, he didn't.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I loved him in Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Again, not a movie.
Yeah, he was the
my
lamb.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yep,
Amazing.
Yeah.
very good.
And
I haven't watched it yet. And I'm
dead.
keen to watch it, but it's one of those things. There's another Charlie Kaufman movie that I haven't watched either, and it's like that semi like stop motion animation one. I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head, and someone's probably screaming at the podcast right now. But
Hi, Declan.
but yeah.
Yep.
That's another one that is on my to watch list. But I knew that was very depressing, and it's one of those things that you have to kind of be in the mood for.
Yeah, you got to be in the right headspace for it.
Yeah, and I haven't quite been in that headspace yet to sit down and watch it.
Fair enough. Definitely,
Fair.
I would recommend wait until your children are grown up and still love you. And then you can watch it and not feel horrible.
Right.
That's my recommendation.
Cool. Good to
yeah.
know. Yeah. Fair enough.
Shit happens.
Cool.
That's pretty much it. What else have I been watching? Yeah, I don't know. Other stuff. Paul, what have you been watching?
Stuff.
Yeah.
So since because I watched the DC Fandome last week,
Mm-hmm.
and like this is pretty much what we're going to be talking about tonight. By the way, if you're wondering, but I realized that there were so many like of the animated movies that I've watched none of them effectively.
Oh.
So I've spent like the last couple of days watching like Dark Knight Returns Part 1, Part 2.
Excellent.
Justice League War. Balls. What else have I watched? I've watched a lot. I've blasted through so many of them.
Yeah, right.
They're amazing. They're so good. They're so much better. Like Justice League War is just Justice League, but not crap.
Yeah, right.
It's so good. Like there's a bit where they fight Darkseid. And there's a bit where like Superman just goes ape and kind of grabs him by the head and just nails him with the eye lasers. For like 10 seconds, he just lights him up.
Jeez, that sounds like that's like Invincible level nut stuff.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. But they've on the Batman, the Dark Knight Returns stuff is crazy good. Like the premise is effectively, Batman hasn't been seen for 10 years or something like that,
Right.
and crime starts to spool back up to a very hard degree in Gotham. It kind of sort of strikes Bruce Wayne a little bit. It's mostly because Commissioner Gordon is retiring, and a lot of crime sees this as a moment to really kick up their game. So,
because the Batman
Bruce
isn't
Wayne,
a thing anymore, and
Batman's gone, Commissioner's going. So then he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm coming back, and it's kind of like the beacon's coming back to Gotham, and it's wild. Part 2 though is brutal. Part 2 is a brutal movie.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to say anything, but I would highly recommend. I think they're on Stan. A lot of the animated ones are on Stan.
Yeah, right.
So if you have like 90 minutes or whatever, throw one on. They're incredible.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I've just remembered something that I have been watching a lot of too, and it's the Lego Justice League Legion of Doom.
Okay.
Very,
Because
very
my kids
similar
have been watching it
vibes.
on repeat.
Is that any good?
Exactly. No.
Okay.
But the kids love it.
Nice.
They're right into it, and they're like, like Justice League is the big thing in our house at the moment. Like they run
Epic.
around, like my daughter dresses up as Batman and goes, I'm Batman, and runs around
So
around,
good.
around the
So
house.
good.
She loves it. And then
You're
Show
not a
them
Batman,
Snyder
you're a
Cut.
girl.
yeah,
Do you
I
do
think,
that?
yeah, that's what we say to her. No.
Just show all the cyborg sequences and say to your son, this could be you.
yes, that's what we'll watch next, the Justice League Snyder Cut.
Makes
for
sense.
Sure. But yeah, like they love it, and my son's always like going, "What character are you?" And I've been designated Wonder Woman for quite some time, so that's me.
Oh, excellent.
You do have a certain quality about you.
I know, right? And I
can't be
I
Wonder Woman,
rewatched
you're a
Wonder
man.
Woman 1984 the other night,
Great movie.
yeah.
Wait, no, the new one.
the new one. Yeah, so
Terrible movie.
I didn't mind it the second time, and it
Okay.
made me think maybe I should go back and watch Captain Marvel again. So I did that as well. And Captain Marvel, except for one scene, is actually a better movie than I remember. Except for the one scene where they play
The costume.
I'm
scene?
just a girl.
"I'm Just a Girl."
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
worst fight
yeah,
scene in
the
the MCU.
worst.
Especially because
Including that one that wasn't finished in Black Panther.
But the problem is the tone of like the track.
the song
with-
doesn't fit.
Like
It
the
doesn't
song,
work.
it just doesn't work.
No.
And it just takes so much out of that movie. And I feel like without that scene, the movie's actually really good. But as soon as you put that track in that one scene, it
Kills it.
It just kills it. Kills
I
all the
remember
momentum.
talking
Yeah, I wonder if
about
it's like
this.
they bought the rights to the song before they
had
like
a final
did
edit.
it. They're like, oh, this would be a
Put
great
it
song to have
somewhere
for a
else
fight
in the
scene.
movie. Just put it somewhere else.
Because
Literally
saying
anywhere
that
else.
There was a better like empowerment song that we thought could fit there a lot better, which I guess could be a lot of songs for sure. But it didn't need to be that specific, like that particular song. It could have been a number of other songs that could have fit.
But you could even use
Woman
the
by
same
Wolf
song.
Mother would have been good.
What was that?
Yeah.
Woman by Wolf Mother
Wolf
would have been really good.
Yeah.
But you could use like the same song, but you just have to like remix it. You have to do like a heavier cover of that song to
Kind
make
of like
it work.
Remember that guy that I showed you, and he's the guy who does all of those cinematic recreations of like we used it in the didn't we use it in like a fake trailer we did?
For the Avengers Endgame. I'm a Survivor. Yeah.
I'm a
That was
Survivor.
a
Yeah,
freaking
exactly.
awesome cover as well.
It's so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is fun every now and then when it pops back up, like the actual song. You're like, oh.
It's because
Love
the
it.
original, like, it's just too meandering for the epic finale battle sequence that's meant to be.
Yes,
It
yes,
doesn't
for
quite
sure.
work.
But yeah,
Still, like, for me, the costume color change is the bit that
Yeah.
sticks out as just like, ugh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Everything else I find fun. Like, I mean, it's got a very enjoyable bad guy in one of our podcast favorites.
Ben Mendelsohn.
New podcast.
He didn't do our
Ben Mendelsohn
podcast.
had his chance. He's failed. We need someone new.
It was a great performance by an okay actor. And
If you're a B or C grade celebrity and would like to have a dedicated fandom,
please
write to us at fu Mendelsohn at no drinking in the theater.com.
if you would like us to consider you a great actor, the people's
Hemsworth, we're
people's
looking at you.
actor, then please come on our podcast.
What
Eric
else
Banner,
have you
haven't
been
had much of
watching,
you
Paul?
lately.
Oh,
Well, so I'm double vaxxed now, and one of the reasons I'm late
nice.
is because I didn't realize just how long Shang-Chi
Oh,
was.
you saw it!
But I saw Shang-Chi's Louise.
Shang-Chi.
I saw Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi.
this other.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what did you think? Did you like it?
The pacing is wild.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was good.
Yeah,
Mostly the fight scenes and the choreography were incredible. You can tell especially, have you seen it, Jason?
Not yet. No.
Okay, well then there's a lot of, I think there's a few references to some like old school kind of Hollywood, Hong Kong martial arts films and things like that. And there's like all these little things throughout it. It's incredible. It's
Yeah, right.
yeah, culturally it's a cool movie. Story, it's fine.
Can I
Yeah.
read out my favorite review of Shang-Chi for you?
Sure.
Sure.
It is a review you probably won't find unless. So my friend does. He's a film critique
Critic?
Critic, that's
Critic?
the one. Film critic.
Critique?
He's got his website and whatnot, and he posted
He's a
his
film
review
critique?
of
Do you want to give him a plug?
yes, Declan Green. Seen by Green is his website. Put up a Shang-Chi review, and one of the comments on Facebook, I won't name his name because I don't want to embarrass him. I don't think he listens to the podcast, which is fine. But this was his take on Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Didn't mind it, as it was the first movie I saw in the cinema since lockdown. Great reason to enjoy a movie. However, very predictable plotline. Martial arts stunts were amazing. At least it's better than that new Home Alone movie that's meant to be coming out. Dear God, you don't make those classics. There we go.
Who wrote that? That wasn't Declan, right?
No, it wasn't. It was just a friend. We've been having a lot of fun with that because it's like
I thought Declan was smarter than that.
it's a very, very insightful.
What a wild review! It's so much better than a movie that hasn't started filming yet.
You don't remake those classics. Yes.
Okay.
Been enjoying. Yeah, I enjoyed that, and essentially that's become my go-to review for every movie.
Yeah, so, as long as it's better than the Home Alone movie that hasn't come out yet. Yeah. As long as it's better than that, then yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
that's great.
So that's been fun.
But yes, I was happy to see Shang-Chi.
How good is going to the cinema?
Oh, dude, it was the best.
Yeah.
The problem is though, because I've sort of been like eating healthy and doing a lot of stuff the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I get there and I just got so excited. I'm like, grab a bag of twisties.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, can I have a frozen Coke? And like, yeah, what size? I'm like, give me a large. No, dude.
Wonderful.
Like, I got maybe halfway through that and my tummy's like, what are you doing to me? We don't do this. We don't have this much sugar anymore.
No.
So yeah, I needed to do a mad deuce.
That's great. Oh, sorry. One more thing I remember watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. No, the deuce. Yeah. You'll enjoy this, Paul. I finally got around to watching Ford vs Ferrari.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
How good is it?
So good.
Incredible.
Loved it. I've been watching a lot of movies, and then with my kids, been doing Saturday movie mornings.
Oh, I love it.
That's been fun. So we started we got through the Disney princesses. I was glad to have that out of the way and going into enjoyable kids movies. Did the first two Shrek movies. That was good. Did George of the Jungle a few weeks back. That was fun.
That,
yes.
Yeah.
We rewatched The Emperor's New Groove this weekend.
Oh, I love that movie.
Was a good, fun.
Cusco's poison.
Yeah.
The poison for
that was good.
Cusco.
So I'm enjoying this, introducing my kids, specifically my 5-year-old daughter, to some good PG rated.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
I've been talking to Mom about this only because I've been trying to watch more movies with my housemate. So like, for example, we watched he hadn't seen The Mighty Ducks, so we watched The Mighty Ducks, and then I was like, you might not like it, but I loved this movie so much growing up, so that we're gonna watch it. But I showed him Sandlot Kids.
Okay.
Because he likes baseball, and I'm like, you might enjoy this movie, and he did. I think he had a good time.
Awesome.
But I was talking to Mum about it, and she's like, I think we just watched movies. Like Dad, my dad and Mum, they liked movies, so they just showed my sister and I movies, and as a result, we like movies as well now. So
that's it.
It's very cool to see like this next phase coming in where your daughter, when she's 20, 30 or whatever, she's like, I used to watch movies every Saturday. It's great.
Forcing my kids to become cinephiles. That's what it is. Yeah.
I think my kids have watched so much Netflix that they've like, pretty much watched all of Netflix because of lockdown.
Yeah.
Like literally,
including Squid Game. What?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no.
His little daughter's in the backyard going, "Oh, so they don't watch the dub.
They
like
literally, like my son gets up in the morning. He's 4, and he goes straight to the TV and turns on Netflix and finds these like shows and like just scrolls through it and like doesn't even wake us up.
Is he calling it Netflix now, or does he still call it?
No, he calls it Netflix.
Calls it Other Dad. Other Dad. Let's play something.
Other Dad.
Real dad.
Real dad.
Caring parent.
Caring.
Oh, you always know what I want to watch.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Is
play
his
with
like is
favorite
his
parent.
account locked or is he just going for it?
No, it's a lock. It's locked. Like
That's lame.
he came across Shark Boy and Lava Girl the other day, which is apparently G. Like I didn't realize, and then he was having like
garbage.
nightmares about like sharks. Yeah, it is garbage, but he was having nightmares about sharks, and I was like, damn it! Like, why did I not get up early and watch what he was watching?
G for
Wouldn't the
gross.
best counter be you're having nightmares about this? Sit down, and then you can show him like Lake Placid or Jaws
Yeah,
or Hardcore Henry.
This is why you don't have kids.
Yes, this is exactly why I don't have kids.
This is why you
yes.
don't have kids, so you
Because I
don't-
like watching Jaws.
So you don't
That's
run the
the
risk
reason.
of traumatizing them. Is that, that's it.
Also, not the reason I'm missing a very vital part of that equation.
Kids.
A woman, Jason. A
Oh,
woman.
right.
That makes sense.
That's the part I don't
Oh,
have.
right,
I've
right,
got
right.
Jaws.
Yeah, okay.
I've got the movies.
You've got your resources. You just
God, idiot.
Nice.
Yeah, I think overall that's pretty much everything I've been watching. Like, you know, and then there's like
Cool.
miscellaneous other crap. You know, you just watch shows. Like I'm watching, I watch Drive to Survive every now and then just because it's fun.
I
And
watched LA's Finest the other night.
the cop show.
I didn't even know that Bad Boys had a spin-off series.
I'm sorry, what?
And it's
Oh.
horrendous.
It's connected to Bad Boys?
Yes, it is. It's the
Okay.
spin-off series. It's got like like what's his name Martin Lawrence's sister in Bad Boys. Like she plays one of the lead roles. Like
Okay.
The Clover.
sorry,
Sorry.
Martin Lawrence or Will Smith in it at all?
no.
They never appear?
No. Well, not in the first episode. I only watched the first episode. I was like, nah, this is not for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I didn't know that they had a spin-off series, and it's literally like she like references Mike and all this kind of stuff, and
Man.
and yeah, like they make references to the actual series,
Yeah.
like
actually
the Bad
going
Boys
into-
series, without actually going there,
Awesome.
kind of thing. But
Awesome.
I love
It's
it if
not
they do
good.
something like they're at a table or whatever, like examining evidence, and you hear a motorbike and explosions and machine guns outside the window, and it's like, hey, look, it's Mike.
yeah. But
That's
it's definitely it tries to be, but it's like it tries to be Bad Boys, but on a TV budget, and you can tell that
Like
like
Agents
all
of
the
S.H.I.E.L.D..
set pieces aren't going to be like anywhere near as elaborate because they just don't have the time, and they're just like the camera moves are nowhere near as nice, and even they do the whole shit just got real in the first
no.
episode, and it doesn't have the Bayhem appeal
I have a
to it
question.
kind of thing.
Does, like, how, on a scale of 1 to real, what is the shit actually like?
Oh no, it escalates pretty
Okay.
quickly, but it's like it
just got
doesn't
non-fiction.
really work in the context because it's like
Right.
it really doesn't work. It's just it's just referencing that they're from
This
that
shit just
series
got
kind of
semi-unbelievable.
thing. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I didn't.
Shit just got real, but I don't want to cite my sources. This shit just got Wikipedia.
But yeah. Anyways, sorry. Like I don't know why I thought of that.
That's
No,
funny.
that's fine because you had to. It sounds like it was something that we needed to talk about. Definitely,
Absolutely need to get it off my chest more than
Yeah.
for sure.
happened.
So
just in a
we wanted to
phone call
keep this
week.
short, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Great.
Yeah. Great.
thanks for listening, everyone.
Glad we got to the
We
real
can
meat of
rapid
the
fire this.
podcast.
Yeah. So moving on.
All right,
What do
here
we got?
go. So, DC, biggest
DC.
news of the last fortnight, I reckon, for us at least.
Yeah.
There's a
DC
lot
did
going
the
on.
Fandome, and aside from a whole bunch of animated crap, they've also got a lot of live action crap.
Yes.
Starting with this one that Jason's showing on the screen
Probably
right now,
Which
the
is-
most
which is
exciting.
The
Batman?
Batman. Yeah.
Yep.
The
the
Batman,
Batman
trailer.
trailer.
Yeah.
Holy balls! What did you guys think of the Batman trailer?
Holy balls is a great way to. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
very much. Very, very keen for this movie. It's got all those.
I don't know. He just cut out. Did everyone else cut out?
No.
No,
We're good.
No.
everyone just cut out just then for me.
Oh yeah,
That's okay.
Well, let me
Yeah.
say
Well, yeah.
I'm very keen for this movie. It's got all the kind of like Dark Knight aesthetic that I love.
Yes.
A little bit more like differently stylized. It's definitely Matt Reeves-ish, which
Yes.
I'm admiring. I'm anticipating a lot of cool things. I love the whole like everything's in the rain. Every single shot, it's all very much like referencing, I guess Seven and those kind of very noir detective type movies.
Yeah.
I think it looks like we're actually going to see Detective Batman, which is exciting.
And he looks just a little more unhinged.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm on board with.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like, especially like on those fight scenes, and it's my only problem with Batman, is just like shoot him in the jaw. Shoot him in the jaw.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this is fair enough.
But
You can,
I mean,
yeah,
look,
that would
I
be
mean,
effective.
the chest is a bigger target, so like I
This is
get
true.
if someone's like just freaking out. and they're trying
Unless
to
you're
shoot.
the penguin, and
Yeah.
then in that case, your jaw is the biggest target. I just saw
Yeah,
the penguin.
that's
It's
true.
like,
Yeah.
that is some
like
pretty impressive prosthetics that
Yeah.
old mate
Colin
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell has.
he's
it's wild, isn't
it
it?
is.
he looks
I love
amazing.
this. I love this. If you're not watching the video version, well, you should. It's just great.
Oh,
Look,
where
even this
they're
car,
in the...
even the new Batmobile looks rad
It's
as
just
hell.
a hot rod that's got a few
It's just
extra
a Dodge
bits.
Charger. It's like
Yeah.
Dukes of Batman.
It looks amazing.
But yeah, all the like the stylistic, the way that's lit, like the corridor fights, just lit by the gun flare, like the
yeah.
guns,
Yeah.
and it's looking
So
cool.
It looks as brutal as the Dark Knight trilogy,
Yeah,
but it just looks more cinematic.
yes,
Yeah.
Which is a wild sentence to say.
yeah. So it's like
But
the
you
Zack
know what I
Snyder
mean.
level cinematography and
Yes.
style.
yeah.
But
Yes.
with it looks like it's got the gravitas and like I guess the
Spunk.
the depth of
The,
story
like,
and character that
of
the
Nolan.
Dark Knight, the Nolan
Of
films
Nolan,
have. Yeah.
So, have any of you like thought or seen the what do you call it
The
the
Batman.
theory that it
Oh,
actually fits within the Joker
Yeah, I was thinking.
universe?
I didn't see
Like-
it online, but I was assuming other people had this idea because I was
Yeah.
thinking it after this episode, after this trailer.
Yeah,
Or the inklings that possibly it's connected to Bruce Banner's parents being a little bit corrupt and causing a lot of the corruption in
I
Gotham.
will say this:
Mm-hmm.
if I see them get killed again, I'll lose it. It'll instantly be a terrible movie. I don't want to see him die anymore.
What
I
would you-
don't think
done.
we're going to see them die. I really don't
Good.
think that's going to happen. There might be one or two references to it, but I don't
Yeah.
think you're going to see anything. Like, it might
Surely
be just-
they'll go the Tom Holland Spider-Man route where they're like,
Yeah.
we've seen this before. Everyone knows
Yeah.
it. Let's just move on and accept
Let's,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You just save yourself half an hour.
But if it's like, if they decide to connect it to like this big conspiracy or like, it looks like it's definitely connecting to Bruce Wayne's backstory and like, the sins of the father, that kind of thing that
Yeah.
pops up. It looks like the Riddler is like one of those justice kind of like almost just villains where he's trying to take down the corruption and kind of like he's...
Well, aren't they doing the owls, or is that?
It's yeah. It's partly referencing that comic, apparently. Partly
I think
referencing.
that was something that I didn't like about it because they
Okay.
there's like a line in it where it's like send everyone, and this is I guess this is just me being a bit more of like a. I don't want to say a purist because I'm not, but like the Court of the Owls story arc was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that made them so good was they only like you send out one talent. That's the assassins, right? You send one talent out, he gets the job done. If he doesn't, you send another one. You don't. It kind of is like it's like a big middle finger to their whole kind of thing to be like
Right.
send them all, go. You're like that's not how they roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how they do it. But that's just devil advocate. At this
Interesting.
point.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
It looks
I can't wait.
partly that and partly Year 2, apparently, is another big inspiration.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's what they're talking about there. But yeah, definitely like the Riddler is a big kind of Zodiac type
Yeah,
villain in this.
absolutely.
Yeah, but I think in his justification is that the Batman is actually the villain, and I think they're gonna explore like that kind of real shady, like Batman, Bruce Wayne thinks he's doing good, but he's actually a pawn in the game kind of system.
Yeah.
And
Vigilante kind of stuff.
Yeah. Which
would be great.
Very interesting.
It'd be good storytelling.
And
I'm looking forward
what
to
do
it.
you guys think of if it is connected to the Joker?
I was thinking
I don't like it.
I saw the theory and I'm not fully convinced that it is connected, mainly because Alfred appears in Joker,
Yeah.
and it's clearly not the same actor because you've got Andy Serkis,
yeah.
playing Alfred in this.
Not even an aged up, or they're not even because it's Joker's in the 80s, right? Or, and then,
exactly. Yeah,
so the
It's a talk show and everything.
Yeah. So I don't think it'll fully, but I think tonally it's going to fit somewhere between The Dark Knight, like Christopher Nolan, and Joker.
Yep.
Definitely is going to fit somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
That chaotic sort of, crazy.
I think my beef with the Joker is the Joker as a movie is a fantastic film because it is purely from his side. You just see this guy get beaten down and beaten down and beaten down, and he just descends into madness. But I don't think if you brought him back as the Joker, I don't think he would be a good villain. I think he's he's a product of reaction in Joker, and that's what makes it amazing. But I don't think he's a mastermind kind of boy.
My theory is that if he does show up, if this is definitely connected, it will be very much like a cameo. He goes, right, we need to figure out, I need to get in the mind of the Riddler, this dude. And he goes and pays a visit to Arkham Asylum, or Arkham, where is it? Yeah.
Arkham Asylum?
It's not Arkham Asylum in this. It's Arkham...
Yeah.
It's
something.
Yeah, Institute or something like that. It's
Institute,
which is the same as what it is in the Joker. Anyway, he goes and pays a visit to an old Joaquin Phoenix to try to get into the head of a madman, and that's it's a one scene kind of cameo.
Yeah,
that's the way I'd see it happening if it is connected.
Yeah.
But do we want to talk about the other Batman movie coming out, The Flash?
That's right, The Flash.
Okay, let's do The Flash.
I don't have the trailer ready to go for, but yes, that's
okay. That's all right. Well, we can work on a different segue if you'd like. We can do that.
What else we got? Black Adam.
What did you guys think
Dark
of The Flash?
Knights?
Let's look at Black Adam. But what did you think of the Flash trailer?
This was crap, by the way.
It looks pretty epic. Without giving too much away either.
Yeah.
So that's lots of Batman.
Yes.
Probably too much Batman for a Flash movie trailer. But I mean, confirming Michael Keaton's a big part of it. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So, what about you guys?
This is his last role, I think.
What?
Michael Keaton.
Didn't he retire?
No.
No?
I don't think
Surely
so.
not.
Michael Caine retired.
Michael Caine, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
He retired
Slightly
for a
different
day.
age group.
My bad.
He retired for a day and then he came out and was like, my name's Michael Keaton and I'm not retiring.
I'm Michael Keaton.
Michael
I've
Keaton,
been acting since
not
I
many
was a
people-
baby boy.
Not many people know that.
Yeah, Michael Caine did retire. I don't know what his last role is, but it's just it was just recently that he.
I'm not
announced that he's
retiring, but not many people know that.
I feel like actors should announce that they're retiring like before their last role.
Oh,
Like,
he's
and
so
not-
much more smart.
Well,
Not straight after, because he's already filmed it all. It hasn't come out yet, has it? Has it come out?
what? Michael
What,
Caine's...
Flash?
No, not
Michael Caine is the Flash.
Michael Caine's Michael Caine is the
Michael
Flash.
Caine.
That's his last role. He's
Playing the
I'm
Flash,
playing the
not
Caine.
many people know that.
But what is his last role going to be? It's
The Christopher Nolan film. He'll be in that...
no, it's not a Christopher Nolan
It's
film.
not.
I'm sure it's
He'll
not.
be back for a
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah,
He's going to be in
surely.
that A-bomb movie that they're making.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's not about
Bestsellers.
time travel, is it, Chris? Yeah. Nope.
So the movie
Pick a different medium.
is called Bestsellers, and
Bestsellers,
it's
okay.
a comedy drama that he was in. It came out in September 17. So That's his final film, allegedly.
Final, but he
Michael
actually said that he's not
Caine,
retiring
yeah.
as well.
He said he's not retiring?
Yeah, he came out and was like, "Nah, fake news, guys. I'm not retiring."
Really?
Shut up.
Not quite word for word. But the other thing is like, okay, this might be a big call, but I don't think anyone actually does retire from Hollywood. Like they say, like a lot of people say they're retiring, and
Sean
then
Connery
they
did.
come back. Yeah, but no, Sean Connery made a bad movie and then didn't want to do it anymore.
No,
That's different.
but then he
retired.
came back.
He came back, exactly.
He did that voice, like he did like some voice acting for something random.
I don't
right?
think
It doesn't count.
when
Yeah.
a lot of people retire, when most people like non kind of film Hollywood, when just normal people retire from the normal work, a lot of those retirees tend to pick up a camera for the first time and try something creative, try to go into the creative arts. It's very hard to retire from something that is very much connected and thought of as a hobby a lot of the time. You know? That's what I think.
Wow.
It's one of those things where like,
I see
yours, Sean Connery.
Yeah, okay.
And your hobby?
a lot of people like look at it like a Clint Eastwood. Like he's 90 years old and still directing. I feel like you
but
never retire.
he's just one
bored.
take king, so he's basically
True.
like retired from directing properly. He's just like, yep, okay, we've done the one take, we've got it, let's go.
You
Kind
are
of
the
Did I tell you what? Did I tell you what Matt Damon said? This is from a podcast,
Yeah.
obviously. I was chatting to my friend Matt.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what he said about Bill Clinton?
Bill Cosby.
Bill, no,
Bill
what's his
Clinton?
name? We were just talking about him.
Clint
Skarsgård?
Eastwood, you mean?
Clint Eastwood. What were they going to Bill Clinton?
Bill Eastwood. Love that guy.
Clint Eastwood. Did I tell you what? Yeah, what
Bill
he thought
Eastwood,
about
yeah.
Clint Eastwood? I'm having a stroke.
Yeah.
Basically, it was. I think it
Eastwood
was
Queen.
on. What's that South African movie where they're playing rugby?
Invictus.
Invictus. It was on
Invictus.
Invictus, and he does a scene, and Clint
Great.
was like, all right, moving on. He's like, oh, hey, boss, I think I can do it again. I think I could do it better. And he's like, and he looked at me and he goes, "You want to waste everyone's time and do it again?" And he's like,
I'm 90 years
Nope.
old. I don't have another take. I don't have time for another take.
I heard he said like at some stage like someone asked to do a second take and he's like, if you needed to go like why didn't you do it right the first time?
Why didn't you do it right the first time?
It's like you've just wasted our time. We're not doing it again. You should have done it
so
right the
funny.
first time.
he's a
grab another
director who
take?
thinks he has like a $5,000 budget.
Man.
Yeah.
so funny.
more of my film.
You want
That's why
another
I didn't
take?
cast actors
Go
in
ahead.
like the
Make my
320 to
day.
Paris or whatever it is, that movie, that terrible movie.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that where he didn't use the actual survivors of the incident.
Yeah.
Instead of
Oh,
actors.
no.
So bad.
That was a fun idea, mate. Look, he's 90 years old.
idea.
Not all his ideas are going to be great. But yeah, no, okay. So my big call
So
is that you don't,
think
you
Michael
never
Caine's-
retire. Hollywood.
He's
like,
88 years old though. Like how much longer can you?
Look, I
mean, he's
strongly
just-
think
yeah,
he's just
yeah.
going to keep directing until he dies. Like you don't retire.
Clint
in
Eastwood.
Hollywood.
Retire when Father
Clint
Time
Eastwood's
says
going to direct
so.
until after he's dead. Like he's going to keep going. Like,
He'll keep
be,
coming.
like,
I'll keep bringing him back.
yelling insults from his grave.
I just keep zapping him. Just like, cut. There we go.
Don't worry about doing another take. Move on.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood on his deathbed as his like last breath. He's like, God.
So yes, big take. You don't retire. You either in Hollywood you don't retire. You either stop getting work or you die. That's
Yeah.
it. No one actually retires.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well,
So-
sorry, Judy Dench. What else?
Well, yeah, moving
We've
on.
done.
So
What about
Black
Peacemaker?
Adam.
Peacemaker was
we
a
didn't
big
talk
one.
about Black Adam? Okay, that's cool.
Well, Black Adam was like a trailer. It was like it looks okay.
was-
I don't.
yeah.
It's a like
I
opening
don't know.
scene or something, right? Looks
It was more of a BTS.
Yeah.
This looks incredible. I'm very excited for Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really good one.
I love the fact that John Cena's wearing his uniform, like his costume for everything, like all the
For all the media stuff.
all the
Yeah,
media
yeah.
stuff. Like it's the best.
He's gonna do the opposite of what Dwayne Johnson did. Like he's gonna whereas The Rock, he tried to get rid of the Rock
Distancing
persona.
himself. Yeah.
John
He's
Cena's
definitely-
never had a wrestling name like The Rock, so he's just going to slowly become.
He has, but yeah.
But
okay.
like he's known as John Cena in the like he's going to just become.
Oh,
Even
you
his
mean,
stage
he
name is
doesn't have a
John
stage
Cena.
He's going to
name.
change his name legally
Right.
to Peacemaker,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's going to
Sure.
be referred to as that from now on, moving forward.
It looks great. Have they said if this set before or after?
After, right? It looks like it's after because he's waking up.
It's
from the
after
hospital,
he's
isn't
waking.
he?
Yeah, it's spoilers for the Suicide Squad. Yeah, but yeah,
Great movie. I honestly really
That
enjoyed
was
the new
really
Suicide
fun.
Squad.
It was
It
I thought it
is,
was quite a
yeah.
fun film.
Yeah.
It's nutty, but it's fun.
freaking
It is
great.
insane.
very well
there are a
directed
few
movie.
things like I don't know whether we have talked about it, and I don't know whether we
I don't
want to
think we have.
spoil
I
anything
think we
for anyone
were-
that hasn't seen it yet.
We were going through a transition.
Yeah.
Going through a phase when it came out.
Has it even come
That's
out in
true.
Australia yet?
Yeah,
Yes.
if you
Yes,
have
it
access
has.
to HBO Max, then yes.
Which I do. I was just wondering
Yes.
for the layman.
Oh yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, and
anyway.
it's got the team from that ends up with him at the end of Suicide Squad as well in that end credit scene. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it's like it looks alright. There was a
This
few
bit.
things that they
Oh,
did
man.
in the Suicide Squad that I wasn't happy about,
yeah.
and that was mainly like I don't want to spoil it for
The
people,
opening?
but it's like killing off some characters that I really liked,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, that was kind of
Yes.
like where I was like, oh, why didn't they keep those characters around? That's only
One
the only
character
problem
in
with the
particular.
two of them, actually. Two
characters.
characters.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
One at the start and one towards
One,
the end.
yeah, one towards the end. Yeah,
Yep.
those
Yeah.
two characters. I really enjoyed both of them
Yes.
from the previous movies, and I was
Yes.
like hoping that they'd be hanging
eagle
around,
hugging.
around to the next like movies
Yeah,
and just
same.
down the track kind of thing. But you know, it's sci-fi, so you can always sort of bring them back.
Clones.
Maybe.
Surely
So,
there is
yeah.
at least a clone of one of them. Are we gonna
Yeah.
talk spoilers? Can we talk spoilers before seeing?
Let's not. Let's hold off just
Yeah,
for a
let's
little.
hold
Let's
off for
let's
a
wait
little
until a bit
Just
more
because,
of the
I mean-
country's out of lockdown.
Yeah, like
Sure.
you can watch it. Like it costs like $30 to watch, but a lot of
Which
people
we've paid.
probably haven't watched it
Definitely.
yet.
Definitely.
So
Can I just say
But, yeah.
one thing? Rewatching this trailer, reminded me. John Cena looks very, surprisingly odd without a shirt on. Like you'd think he'd be like a Dwayne Johnson type, like just like complete peak physical, like
Yeah.
He's just like some of the proportions just look really weird when he's shirtless.
He's a very, very jacked individual.
Yeah,
He
but
is.
it's like there's certain parts of his body, that seem too big for other parts, and like he's just like,
You're talking about his wiener?
yeah, I'm talking about his wiener. No, okay. It's like
when
he
he's
seems
got his
to
shirt
like
off and his wiener's out.
in a lot of these shots.
Oh, Peacemaker.
Like a lot of these shots, he's like one of those like guys that's had. He looks like a fat man with muscle, kind of like tone.
I think it's the veins. Like I think
Right.
his veins.
He's a
are
very veiny boy.
Very vein.
Yeah.
Like he's very like they stand out heaps. I wonder if like, do you reckon he does a lot of steroids?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
he does all the steroids, man.
Yeah,
There's
look
a
at him.
steroid shortage because of
Yeah.
John Cena, for sure.
You can tell when when a Peacemaker sequel's coming when all the juiced up dudes at the gym are like, I'm so much calmer now because I don't have steroids. John Cena's taken all of them.
Yeah, yeah. They're the opposite of calm. Yes.
Exactly.
But yeah, this looks alright. It looks pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm keen.
So the other things that came out this week, other than DC related stuff, was Uncharted.
Hey,
Finally has a trailer,
this is
and I am pumped for this. I really I love playing the games, like mainly the fourth one. That's the main one.
Fourth
that I
one
played.
seems to be the
sure.
big one here in the trailer as well.
Yeah.
they're-
Yes.
But
They're definitely referencing the fourth one.
Yes.
But
what I
one
thought
thing
too.
that I really am upset about is that Mark Wahlberg does
No-
not have a mustache.
no mustache, and he's like,
I don't like
he's
just like it's Sully's character to have like the big mo. Like,
he's not playing. He's playing Sully as Mark Wahlberg.
yes, exactly. I'm
It's
like,
a very
just
very low effort performance as Sully.
But I was thinking about it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's probably easier to digitally put a mustache on a person than remove
Then to take
it.
it off.
So like it's one of those things that maybe you know, we get enough fan
Maybe
backlash,
those effects,
and
yeah.
There's a CGI mustache.
There's
when
the
it,
release
like,
the
hits
moustache
cinemas.
cut.
You're
Yeah.
going to try and Sonic the Hedgehog this movie?
Yes.
I think
Absolutely.
the internet
Over a
is
mustache.
definitely doing that. They're like the one of the biggest comments is no moustache. Where the
Yeah.
frig is his
Yeah.
moustache?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
that's funny.
I think this is really like I think literally last episode talking about how I just finished Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
And then this trailer drops. I was like, oh, excellent. And I think I even mentioned one of my favorite moments from the games was the plane sequence,
the plane
which
sequence.
is this
Yes, you were.
right here.
Yeah.
It feels like it's pulled out exactly straight out of the game, and it looks really
Yes.
fun and exciting.
Yes.
See, I haven't played the games, but someone actually did like a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
It looks incredible. Aside
is-
from that bit, it looks really good.
It is such
Yeah.
a fun moment in the games. It's so incredibly done, and they bring it back, and it looks just as exciting watching it, which is a very rare thing for a
Yes.
movie based on the game. I was
Yeah,
watching this and it's
absolutely.
like the action looks really good.
It does,
very
and
keen.
I hope it holds up. I hope it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Even
I
this
hope-
So
bit.
do I.
Yeah, like it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so keen for this. I think it'll be awesome. I love the idea of like a new, like it's pretty much, like I mean it's pretty much Indiana Jones, but
Yeah.
from like a modern era,
Yeah.
and that's
Yep.
what like I'm really keen for.
And if they do it well, you've got them kind of making a successful IP off a franchise that's already popular.
Yes.
And, you know, I feel like there's no shortage of these kinds of stories. So, you know, it could be a pipe dream, but it would be nice if we had like a new kind of Indiana Jones
That would be cool.
upcoming. Like this is, you know, the next one is just the Uncharted series.
I don't see why
Yes.
this couldn't be like, or you know, the next
Well, you know,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
video
kind
game
of-
movies,
Yeah.
Dean. Video game movies. They don't do well.
They don't do well. They don't do well.
No,
but
they don't.
I mean, the last Tomb Raider was good.
The last Tomb Raider was good.
The
yeah.
last Mortal Kombat was enjoyable. Like
It
these,
was awesome, actually.
they're getting-
Detective Pikachu was good.
they're getting better. They
Resident Evil
slowly,
is being made.
It doesn't
And I
seem
mean,
to be a sorry.
They are meant to be making the sequel to Tomb Raider. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Good. That'd be nice.
I'm keen to see it. Like I enjoyed Tomb Raider, like the newer one. And I think if they keep going down that path and maybe even like change a few things, but not too much, like I think it'll be really enjoyable to actually have.
Lara Croft meets Nathan Drake, a crossover.
Yes, you could definitely see a crossover in
Oh
it.
Yeah.
my gosh.
I mean, yeah, that would definitely they could fit into the same.
They
universe
could.
easily.
They could. I don't know if they're owned by the same studio or like what the rights look like.
Yeah,
But
I don't
why
know.
not? But yeah, this looks very exciting, just like the
It
games,
does
which is
look
great. I know
I
there's
was
a lot
very
of
concerned about when they first announced Tom Holland as
the
Nathan
casting.
Drake. I was like, oh really? Like
too
way
young.
too young
Yep.
for starters. But yeah, he looks. It looks
Kinda
amazing.
works.
I can
Yeah.
see what they're doing. They're trying to do something. They're trying to
They're
kick off a
aging
new
him into
franchise. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like
exactly.
what they did with Spider-Man with
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
And it's the same with Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's way too young for Sully.
Yes. But this seems to be a prequel set somewhere between like the flashbacks that we see of him as a kid and the main gameplay.
Yes.
And it's like leading into, you know, like I guess they want to be making these movies for the next 10 or so years. So that
Yeah,
seems
and that's a great idea. That's a smart plan.
definitely. Just
Because you
give-
kind of see the opposite that happened with Bond. Like they cast Daniel Craig, and he was good, but like you can sort of tell even by like Skyfall, he was
over it. Yeah.
He was over it. He was a little bit too old for the role, I would say, ignoring the fact that Roger Moore was Bond.
I think he was still the youngest or was one of the youngest cast
George
members.
Lazenby, I think, was.
He was the youngest, but he was on the
Oh,
younger.
man. Have you ever heard
It's
how
terrible.
George Lazenby like got cast as like it is like insane how he ended
I
up
haven't-
as as James Bond. So basically, he convinced like a whole heap of people that he was like this superstar. And he went into like the casting room and he's like, yeah, I've done like all these movies. I've done all this stuff. Wow. And they're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. Like, can you read for it? And can you do all this, like go through? And they're like, yep, we love you. It's fantastic. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And they're like, okay, we're going to cast you for it. Yeah. And he's getting more and more panicky because he'd never done anything like, before.
It was a con.
Since, pretty much.
It was a con.
No, and
it was a massive con.
But it's a bad movie.
But he literally like after getting cast in it, he took one of the producers aside because it had gone so far. He's like, this is just a joke. Like I didn't like I haven't done anything. I literally I've just lied my entire time to get to this place. And the producer's gone, I don't care. You're brilliant. I'm gonna vouch for you, and we're gonna just go with it. Like, do it. Like, and we're gonna do this together.
Unbelievable.
He's basically like, you got so far just by conning us all. Yeah. You're perfect for this.
Which is, effectively, it's acting.
That is the role.
Yeah.
That is the role. Conning your way into, infiltrating big organizations.
Yes, exactly. That's it.
Bond.
But,
I mean, it's very much
on
like
Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
It's terrible. Dad raised me on Bond. We watched a lot of Bond growing up, and there were certain things he wouldn't show me. Like as a young, he wouldn't show me Live and Let Die because it's pretty it's very voodoo-y.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the sex scene in GoldenEye where when Honor Top kills her husband.
Pussy galore.
Didn't get to watch that for ages. But then he would never show me on Her Majesty's Secret Service. In my head, I was like, wow, that must be a really that's a brutal film. And I think I asked him about it one day. I'm like, what's so bad about this one? And he goes, it's just a really terrible. Bad film.
Yeah.
It sucks. He went on this rant. He's like, it's my least favorite film.
It's probably it's not a great Bond movie. It's not as bad as I think people think it is. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it is not the best movie, but George Lazenby actually is a pretty good Bond when it comes down to it. Yeah,
I will fight you to the death on this. He's a bad
no, you
Bond.
won't because we're a podcast and we're online. So
I watched it last year.
Okay,
I've never watched it, so I have no skin in this game. So really I'm just going to be like, cool. He's the only Australian Bond. So
he is, and that's what makes him the best. That is what makes him the best for sure. Definitely. Bond should be Aussie Bond.
Aussie Bond.
Name's Bond. Jim Bond.
Give me a martini and just, shake it up, mate. Just
give me a vodka martini, shake it, not served, throw it in the bin, give me a stubby.
Bad casting choices or jarring casting choices. Another trailer came out recently.
I thought we were still talking about
when I first heard that they were casting Chris Evans as
he doesn't
Buzz
look
Lightyear.
anything like him.
I was like,
he doesn't look anything
I was like,
him.
how can they do that? How can they recast Tim Allen? But then I remembered that Tom Hanks is not the voice of Woody on the shelf. His brother is the voice of Woody on the shelf. All the toys of Woody, his brother actually voices all the toys.
Yeah. Hang on, what?
Not Tom Hanks. So any recordings you hear in a shop or whatever, his brother's
you have
voice
told me this. Yes,
is the thing. So I was like, it actually makes sense that the voice of Buzz the toy is someone else is different to the actual character of Buzz Lightyear kind of thing in Lightyear because it's based on the real character kind of thing.
Now, I have a question though, because looking at this, it looks like full of, there's robots and aliens and stuff happening. Is this a movie set in the universe of Toy Story? Yes. Or is it a real life astronaut that's had adventures that have toys based on this real life astronaut within the universe?
It's set in the universe of Toy Story where the toys are then based on.
Yeah, but is this a movie or is it they're Neil Armstrong?
They're Neil Armstrong, basically.
So aliens exist in the Toy Story universe?
Yes. Absolutely.
There you go. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's what I was very
I
confused.
I can't wait to see how they do Zurg.
Yeah.
be
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. That's definitely gonna.
Who
be
would voice Zurg if they are going down that path? If they're not retconning all
Whoever
of that?
didn't do it in the movies.
Do you think they'll do like the full
It'll be a Bryan Cranston or Josh Brolin or some type.
Do you
Possibly.
reckon?
Oh yeah.
I was thinking that they'd fully go. I've just had a complete blank. Darth Vader.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl
They,
Jones.
yeah, they could go very on the
That'd
nose
be
with it.
amazing.
They could.
Totally do James Earl Jones.
Why not? Why not?
Like that's basically what that character is, and there's like so much references to Darth Vader.
So,
Who does voice it in Toy Story 2?
I don't know.
I'm on it.
It's not.
You're on it?
James.
I'm on it, boys.
No, it's not James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
but there's just like he's literally written as Darth Vader.
Yeah,
That's why. Man, that would be interesting
Wait, who
if
voices
they
Darth Vader or who voices Zurg?
Zurg.
We know who voices Darth Vader.
Because if you look
Hayden
at the trailer,
Christensen.
also there is a planet.
Andrew Stanton.
Andrew Stanton.
Stanton? Really?
Andrew Stanton is the voice
Wow.
of Zurg.
Okay.
You know him.
Yeah,
he
as
was
the
the writer
director
for WALL-E.
of,
He was the
John
writer
Carter.
for Finding Nemo. He was the writer for Toy Story 2.
Okay.
And the director of
The
John
dude's
Carter.
written everything. What the hell? He
Yeah.
wrote A Bug's Life,
He's
Monsters
also
Inc.
the director of a bunch of things. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Wow.
So it was
He did
literally
For
just
All Mankind?
he was just hanging around in the studio and they needed someone to voice him quickly, and so he
That's
he
amazing.
aced it and like, great, we don't need to cast anyone for this.
The dude did John Carter.
Yeah, he
There
directed
you go.
John Carter. I just said that about
This-
5 times.
I wasn't listening at all.
you
I'm
reckon
blown
this-
away at this man's career.
Do you
That's
reckon this
great.
shot here that we're looking at right now,
Star Wars?
Star Wars? For
Dagobah?
sure.
Absolutely.
Surely, yeah. And there's like did
Absolutely.
you notice there's a weird, creepy, evil-looking robot in the fog in the background there that kind of
Yeah.
turns
Yep.
to So things are happening in
There's
this.
so
Looks
much.
good. It's a film that I wasn't expecting. To be honest, it looks good.
It looks
It looks
great.
kinda cool.
It actually looks very, very cool.
I think it'll be
Yeah.
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
good.
think it's going to be a little bit jarring not to hear Tim Allen.
to
It
start
will.
with,
It will be.
it
Yeah.
does sound like Evans is putting on a bit of a Tim Allen-esque performance. In the very few lines he says in this movie, it does, like, even just in his delivery, like not so much
Yeah.
putting on a voice, but the way he like
Gruff it down a little bit.
the
I'll
way
be
he
completely
phrases.
honest. I haven't actually watched this trailer yet, but I knew
You're
I knew
watching-
about it before it
Yeah.
was like before it landed. I didn't
Yeah, right.
realize the trailer had come out till
Right.
today when you guys messaged.
I think it only came out today.
Literally
Yeah,
just
right.
today yet. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
brand new information. All happening.
Good stuff.
It
Yeah.
looks pretty good though.
Speaking
But,
of
yeah.
space and specifically
okay.
space Disney space news, the new casting for Guardians of the Galaxy news. Do we want to
Yes.
discuss
yeah,
that?
So yeah,
I haven't seen any of this.
Really?
Will Potter.
Will Poulter.
Poulter.
I've
Is
seen
that how
that.
you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
his name? Yeah.
Will Poulter. I think that's how you pronounce it, as Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
The rumors there was
Interesting.
speculations were flying around for months saying that Marvel were looking for a Zac Efron type to play Adam Warlock. I can think of no better Zac Efron type than the creepy
An eyebrows
eyebrow
guy.
man Will Poulter.
Yeah.
That was
It's not.
It's an odd choice.
Odd
It is an
choice.
odd choice.
But he doesn't look like that anymore, and that's the other big story. He's very much Hemsworthing it up these days. As if you've
Yeah.
seen more recent interviews since the announcement. He's
It's-
he's been photoshopped by Disney already.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know how to react to this. Like, I always thought Adam Warlock would be someone else, basically. Like, it's yeah.
He's in the comics. He's meant to be like the peak kind of, it's like perfect human type thing, like
Yeah.
perfect superhuman specimen. I was thinking like my theory is possibly the what are they called? The gold guys from Guardians that are
Oh, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like
the Zathurans or whatever.
the yeah. That's some
I don't
wanky
remember.
name. they basically were trying to design a perfect superhuman, but they had to design it from memory for some reason. That's my theory.
Oh wow!
And it'd be in a James Gunn movie. That could definitely be a line in this somewhere. But he's a great actor. He's a fantastic actor, actually. So
yeah,
I think he could do pretty well.
I know, like, a few people were hoping for, like, Keanu Reeves and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's too old for it now. But
there's another role in the MCU for Keanu, I think, and it's not Adam Warlock.
What do you think will be his?
Or Constantine.
I reckon. He could.
Constantine.
It's DC.
Yeah, he's already there.
He could. I reckon something more like Ghost Rider would
DC?
be more his.
Ghost Rider.
Constantine is DC, yeah. Ghost Rider's more, I think, in his ballpark, possibly.
God, I hope they don't do Ghost Rider.
Well, I hope they don't do Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider...
Yeah, I mean, they've already done Ghost Rider. It's already like, it's clearly they've peaked with what they can do with
absolutely. They
somehow got two out.
Oh, man.
It can't get any better.
No better at all. I don't see why they'd even try.
That movie is trash.
Yes.
Like, so much trash.
He could go try his hand at playing a bad guy for once in his career and be
that
like
would be nice.
Doctor Doom or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, like there's a couple of roles I think that are more up his alley.
That's interesting.
In the MCU. Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
What?
Well, what do you think of the
role will we play?
Yeah, that's exactly
Iron Man.
Perfect. No.
Another Spider-Man, but he's old this time.
Yeah.
You can play Spider Noir.
Spider Noir.
Just keep taking Nick Cage roles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Has Nick Cage only played Ghost Rider as like a comic book character? Because I mean, he was going to be Superman at one stage.
Yeah. Well, then he was Spider Noir in the Spider-Verse, like what Paul.
Yeah, that's true. But
that's pretty much.
But as a physical actor, as a live action, I think he's only been Ghost Rider.
He played. He voiced the dad in Astro Boy.
That's right. He did too.
I'm not sure if you want to connect that or. No.
He's not a hero, and that's not DC or Marvel.
Correct.
The dad's not a hero. Astro Boy is, but the dad isn't. The dad's just a dude.
That is true. That is true. Hero adjacent would call that.
Hero at Jason.
Yeah. Hero at Jason. Nice. Anyway.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okie dokes. Well, I think that about wraps it. There'll be we'll probably go into depth on a few more things next week.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where we're going to call it for the night. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did enjoy it, make sure to just like and subscribe and do whatever. It helps us as it's a newer entity podcast.
If you didn't, just keep it to yourself, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Just shut up.
We don't need to hear that. Stop telling me about the things you hate about the new layout. Just keep that to yourself, mate. Thanks.
We don't care.
Did you hear someone say that recently?
I had somebody come up to me this week and said, would you like to hear what I honestly think of your podcast? I was like, hell no, keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Just tell me how good it is. Cheers.
We don't care. We're having fun, that's the main thing.
That's right. Who cares what you're having?
That's the mantra of this podcast. Yeah. We are having fun.
Doesn't matter what you listeners are doing right now.
That's right.
As listeners, you get to choose to turn us off, so we don't. Yeah. We better have fun.
It's an odd way of phrasing.
It sounds like we have to be. Like, wait, what?
Well, we're still contractually obliged to run it out to like 2025, I think.
Right.
And
yeah.
then,
Cool.
get to renegotiate.
Yeah.
Civil liberties.
That's right. Well, on that note, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Bye, Jace. Bye, Dean.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Toodaloo.